Philippine Clean Water Act. Now, some of the important terms defined in this law have been discussed already in our discussion. So, example, aquifer, as well as aquatic life. And then the classification and reclassification of Philippine water. Now, with respect to classification and reclassification of your Philippine water, remember that I told you that your Laguna Lake, which is considered to be our disposing basin or our means of disposing most of the wastewater from different industrial plants, is classified as what? Class C. So whatever standard for Class C applies for Laguna Lake. Now, for the classification, this is actually based from Presidential Decree 984, which is now incorporated in your RA 8749. So, there is what you call coastal waters and inland waters. And then you have this following code for the water usage classification. Now you have Class AA, Class A, Class B, Class C, and Class D. Now, what's the difference between Class AA and Class A? Class AA refers to any water that would meet PNSDW. What is PNSDW? Philippine National Standard for Drinking Water. Now, how would you relate it with Class A? Class A is any form of water that requires complete treatment such as coagulation, filtration, and disinfection in order to meet the PNSDW. So you see the difference? So you need a Class A in order to produce a Class AA. Okay? Now with respect to Class B, this refers to recreational water Class 1. This is normally used for bathing, swimming, skin diving. So most of the beaches in different resorts would be under Class B. Definitely you could not discharge there your industrial plant wastewater. So if it's not utilized for recreational purposes, that would fall under water Class 2 or Class C. So if you use it for recreational purposes, it's only for boating. Then normally, as mentioned, this Class C would be for industrial water supply. So you can extract water from Class C as we're doing in Laguna Lake. Abstraction of water from Laguna Lake. And then you have Class D. This refers to water for agriculture, livestock, and this is classified as industrial water supply Class 2, normally utilized for cooling. And other inland water by the quality belong to this classification. Now, this Class AA to Class A, B, C, D only are classified if the water would be under fresh surface waters, namely it comes from rivers, lakes, and reservoirs. Otherwise, if the type of water comes from coastal and marine waters, you just have to put S in the Class A. So the same definition, but Class A becomes Class SA if the source is seawater. That means it comes from coastal or marine waters. Then Class SB, Class SC, and Class SP. Why is it that we don't have Class SAA? Because it cannot meet the PNSDW or the Philippine National Standard for Drinking Water. Okay? usage of water are also stipulated in your RA 9275, which are also incorporated in the classification of water. Classification and reclassification of Philippine water. Now, all industries are also required to have their cleanup operations upon any spillage of any contaminant in the water. So, cleanup operations is defined as removal of pollutants discharged or spilled into a water body and its surrounding areas, and the restoration of the affected areas to their former physical, chemical, biological state or conditions. So, we also adopt it just as US EPA has its provision. So, you recall what happened in Gulf of Mexico. So if in case it happens here in any bodies of Philippine territory, cleanup operations are required, whoever is the culprit. Now it would be very easy for the government to identify, especially if you have the point source pollutants. Remember, that's basically the reason why the government is also supporting eco parks.